So when you got in the game, man, and how did all this come to today? You know, the gang culture in LA, and from back when you started.
Well, one of the things that's different than the culture in today and in our days, we came in united. These cats are coming in divided. You got Crips kill Crips, blood kill blood. So colors doesn't even matter no more. When I come in the game, it stood for something. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing to be proud of. Once again, it's just black history being told to where you guys can put it on film. When I came into the game, I come in from off the west side with Tookie. And in fact, at that time, I knew Tookie before Tookie probably knew Raymond because Tookie got introduced to Raymond through Donald Archie.
Right.
But I got a tape of a guy named Justin Baycott who caught the first murder that put the Crips on the map. In fact, it's the most important incident in really Crip history as far as to me that actually made it to where the Crips were known as a group of young men terrorizing Los Angeles. That's the Robert Ballou murder. But they had got into a fight
So this like the first time everybody ever heard of a Crip.
publicly.
Mm-hmm.
They were underground. They were known within the juvenile school, the junior highs, the high schools like the east side where Raymond and from. They've always had gangs, Slauson's businessmen. But I'm integrating on our side of town, so we didn't have older guys. The most you would see might be Tookie, Big Bob, and those that might be 19. So it's a different makeup. At that time, I was only 14. So when Tookie, Raymond them came to back then, they used to have a record hop. That's a dance held by the boss Tom Cross. Raymond and his crew came, probably Craig Craddock and all them that was back then. This probably happened in 1971. Although Raymond and them had an organization called the Baby Crips, the Crips. Some do were disputed, some won't. So that's up to interpretations. But I know in 71, an encounter occurred to where Raymond and his crew got into it with some guys from the west side and from Big Bob's recountings of the testimony and story. Raymond then wanted to know who was them guys that could fight like that. So I started witnessing when Raymond them started coming up to St. Andrews Park. They'll wait on Tookie uh, to come home from day passes because he was in camp. Remember earlier we had a conversation about I was the next one after Tookie.
Right.
At this time, Tookie them in camp. So that was in 72, 73. So this is prior to that. See how this timeline match up?
Mm-hmm.
So now Tookie is in the boys' home in Bannon. That's where you see him with all the pictures. And then Donald introduced him to Raymond Washington, told him you'll have to talk to him. And that's how it started, where the Crips started crystallizing into and forming the East Side, West Side, and Compton Crips. And that's how that formed. And we didn't come in where we could rap or act. It was, I would say, destruction. Nothing but self-destruction.
Self-destruction.
Self-destruction. It's three things from 1971 to 75 that's pretty common with that group of young men. Either by the time they were 18, because remember 1971 we 14. By the time we 18, uh, we've either chalked up 25 or more arrests. Uh, Numerous of my friends had been convicted of murder by then, or if they still alive today, they've served over 25 years or better in prison. So I'm two out of the three. I've had over 30, 40 arrests by the time I was 18. And also I've served over 30 some years in prison. And in fact, that was a whole different story of another battle. Is for us going to prison at 18, 19, 20. And now we got to fight the Black Panthers, The
Man,
ABs, the Mexican Mafia, the Armed Brotherhood, the Stoonies, Unorthodox, the police. Now the tables don't turn to where we went
mm,
from predator to prey.
right. That's what I want to ask you that. By you being young as you was going to the penitentiary and being in the game, um, not saying that you scared or fear, but you know, man, every man,
Now, let me tell you,
you know,
any man that would go to war and not scared is a fool for a fighter.
right,
You have to have that fear. Same
right,
thing with Draco. Somebody had fear and fear enough to kill you.
okay. First,
So,
first day you hit that yard,
let
that
me tell
cell,
you,
they looking at you like you fresh meat, man. How you
mm-mm,
took that?
I didn't look at that. What shook me was being young and then getting shipped from where a town where I hadn't even been out my zip code, let alone on the bus to Grey Goose,
Mm,
heading up the river. And then you touch San Quentin, where we had a layover, and it had 5 tiers. I thought I was back in the days of Alcatraz. What it let me know is this is exactly what went through my mind. I'm
man,
in some shit.
man,
See, when you get up into that type of situation, you don't holler out, "Oh, homeboy, oh, mama," you holler out, "Oh, God."
oh
I don't
God,
had 2 life sentences where man gave me life, but God gave me a new life. That's why we sitting right here.
yes sir.
So,
He good, ain't he?
yeah, you have to have some type of fear. I've been chased, been assassinated, attempts on me from every race it is. Every race has an organization that will kill me or you because of the color of our skin. But we only kill each other because of the area we stay in, young bro. And that's a shame because that occurs. I can't help it. I can't move off 83rd and Western or 60th or 111th. It ain't my fault. But this what happens. These are the conditions and the culture that exists today. And that's the message I'm trying to convey, that it's a better way, man. We're a brand, not a gang. Those two things are not the same.
Right. Okay. Right now, it's a cat in LA named Crip Mac. He trending, man. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've talked to, well, I know people, youngsters that do videos with Crip Mac. I've had discussions where I know intimately about others' thinkings on Crip Mac from WAC 100 and those guys that just look at it from a pure entertainment standpoint. So when you ask me something about somebody on the internet, I'm used to giving you from where I'm getting inside information.
Right,
And
right,
I'm
right,
not
right.
looking at it from Crip Mac to Crip. I'm looking at it from a talent
The
standpoint.
right,
From
right, right.
Charleston White, any of them. I managed Charleston White.
Mm.
I introduced him and put him in the
I was
game.
gonna ask you that, man.
I put him in the game.
From the Charleston White reached out to you, and when he excuse me, when he came to LA, and what made you entertain that?
This is before he flipped the script. If he wouldn't have acted an ass on a Boss Talk, my question, only question, people forget. I didn't suppose they had been. I didn't even want to go on the show. I had arranged for, I told Marvin and him to meet to discuss whatever issues they had.
Right.
They asked me to sit.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I wanted to ask the question, how did we go from this situation where I'm helping you out, we doing shows, we
Right.
getting money, to where now you
Right.
talking shit about people that you met through me? I introduced him and took him to Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
I helped him, and he helped me too, but we were partners. So I don't know what happened.
So you didn't have a problem with him at first when he reached out. You didn't have no problem
I
with none
took
of
this
that.
3 years. I saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk them streets in LA, I told you, they got a saying. It's easy to kill a stranger.
Right. Right.
He'd have been chopped liver. He know this. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody ever knowed and walked the terrains in the streets, not only in LA,
Mm-hmm.
into these inner cities across America, whether it's by what they call pockets of poverty that
Right.
Obama say, or pockets of trash that Trump say. You know, it goes. They talking about me and your communities where we invited. There ain't no more difference here in Dallas, Texas, as it is in Los Angeles when you walk in these pavements. So that's how that went. He did some foul shit to where everybody who tried to help him, he tried to assassinate their characters. So at the end of the day, he has a chance to step forward and say his side as anybody else.
Right.
But I get information from WAC 100 and about Crip Mac. Let's get back to that. And this was my response when somebody asked me about Crip Mac. I look at it like he bring in viewership. He's getting good numbers. I just don't like I think he's being exploited by the white man. Exploitation to where he need to be working with the blacks more so and letting them manage them that know the cutthroatness and the wickedness of this game to where he can maximize his potential as for now. And I'm for anybody. I know the 5-5s when they first came out, Snap, but my boy name was Rudy when they first come out, spinoffs from such and such. So I know their histories. That's from my side of town. I know what he come through. And also, he's probably a marked man. This ain't no easy game. It ain't no easy game. So also, misery love company. And it just ain't no easy road. They not only go for me, it go for Charleston, it go for me, it go for WAC. You got people that will hate on you no matter what. So, you know, you got to be able to go from the lips or the hips when it comes to these streets.
I don't want to hear about none of them niggas that scheming, we know them your partner gun. I don't want to hear about none of them hoes you been fucking, they broke boy, them bitches bums. I don't want to hear about none of the leaks you been hitting, you been telling everybody. Nigga, the line moving quick, pull up, get your fix, we serving everybody.